to show you that how you can print the sum of the number, like sum of the digits in the number when by taking it from the user. So here I go. Here we are going to discuss both the loops, for loop and while loop. So first of all, I'll show you the code from the for loop. We'll write the general syntax, hashtag include iostream. Let me snooze this inline suggestions for 60 minutes. Okay, hashtag include iostream. Then we are going to write using namespace std, then int main. And let me tell you that why we include these things. So iostream is responsible for telling, like we use several times cout. So what the cout represents, iostream is responsible for telling the compiler that yes, there exists a cout word in the library, and here the namespace, as you can see over here, the namespace, it is responsible for telling that what the function is gonna to be performed by cout. So there's a difference between two. And then we are going to write int main, and then return 0. So first of all, we are going to create one variable int n. Why we are why we are taking over here int n? So the basic thing over here is like n is, we are taking it as a container where the number can be stored. So we are taking int n, and then we are going to write cout, enter the number. Okay, cout, enter the number. We have created the space by int n, the variable where the number can be stored, and then we are asking from the user to enter the number, and then we are taking it to this place c in n. Now from here, I'm solving it from for loop. Okay, so here I'm going to write for loop for int I equals to n. Here we will take I equals to n. Why? Because see, n, one thing, the most important thing what you have to pay attention here is, like in maths, what happened, that in maths, the easiest way, always remember that the easiest way to print or to sum the or not to sum, to take the last digit of the number, to take the easiest way to take out the sum of the given number is the sum of the given number is by taking the last digit, and one more thing, you can take the last digit and as you are taking the last digit. So here the two things are responsible. One is the modulo operator is last digit, and the modulo operator is responsible for taking the last digit, and divide is responsible for removing the last digit from the number, Okay, so when you are going to keep in your mind these things, the two operators, when you are going to keep in your mind, then the code is going to become easy for you. Like see, from here we are taking n. Why we are taking n? Because we are storing it in the variable in a container I, the n which is given by the user, and then we are going to implement the case, like we are going to divide it by 10. I equals to, we are always going to do I equals to I by 10. Why we are doing over here I by 10? Because suppose you must dry run the things. Okay, I'm just dictating you, but you take the pen and copy along with you, and then you just whatever the steps I'm going to tell you, you have to dry run the things. See, as I'm also a student, what I do, that there are many concepts which I really don't get how the things are done. Even this question was really tough for me for the very first time. So what I keep in my mind is like, I have to, if the teacher is giving me, if the person who is explaining me is giving his, suppose 50% also, then the rest of the 100% I have to give. Means 50% is by teacher, I am going to complete the whole part, I am going to give my 100%. So when I'm telling you about the questions, it's very necessary for you to dry run the things. So here also I'm taking for int I equals to n, I equals to I by 10. I'm dividing the number. Suppose we are taking it to 2286. Okay. So when you are going to divide, you now you take the pen and copy and dry run as I'm saying. You divide 2286 by 10. Then what you are going to get, the in the quotient, whatever you are going to get, then it is going to again going to be stored in I, as we are declaring over here I equals to I by 10. Okay. And then what will happen, that at a certain point, after continuous operation of this, at a certain point you will realize that the number will always be greater than 0. If it is getting smaller than 0, the case is going to be terminated. Means you have got the point till where you have to calculate. So I will always be greater than or greater than 0, not equals to, greater than 0. Okay. And see, here what will happen, first of all we are going to create one more container, as we have to take out the sum, and sum equals to 0. Okay. Now what we are going to do now, let me show you what we are going to do now. So after taking this for operator, we are going to create one more container, int last digit. Why? Because last digit is going to be responsible for storing the last number. Here we are dividing. Why we are dividing over here? To remove the last number from the given number. So remove the last digit from the given number. And here what we are going to do, that we are going to store the last digit. Like whenever you are going to do last digit equal to I modulo 10, whenever you do modulo, what you will realize, that modulo is responsible for giving you the last digit. Suppose the example which we took earlier, that was 2286, right? So now you just do the modulo operator. First of all, how things are going to work, let me show you. Let me first of all clear up means complete this code. So now what will happen, that sum will be always equals to sum plus last digit. Okay. And we are going to see out the thing, print it, the sum of the given number, the sum of the given number is ENDL. We are going to end the line, and then what we are going to do, sum of the given number is sum. Let's run this code. Enter the number. Suppose we entered 658 19. Check it once. 8 plus 5, 8 for 12, 13, 13 plus 6, 19. So absolutely this whole code is right. Now let me explain you clearly what we are doing over here. First of all, we have created one variable, one container, where we are asking from the user to enter it. Then we created one more container, sum, so that whenever the last digit is going to be added into the sum, then it is going to be stored over the place. Means, and we name that container as sum. Now we applied for loop over here. for for int I equals to n. First of all, we took from n like the from the where the user entered. Okay, and now I is greater than 0, I equals to I divided by 10. So see, when suppose 2286 is greater than 0, right now in the I 2286 is stored. So last digit and last digit equals to I modulo 10. So last digit 2286 divided by 10, suppose it gives 2286, when it will be divided by 10 it will give 6. So as it is going to give the last digit, so 6, now in the sum 0 plus 6, now in the sum 0 plus 6, sum in the sum 6 is stored. Now again this loop runs after dividing 2286 by 10. What you will realize that when it is divided and 6 is removed, when 6 is removed, the remaining part is 2 to 8. The remaining digits are 2 to 8 is greater than 0. Now again in the last digit, what will happen, that 2 to 8 will be modulo operator will be performed, modulo operation will be done over here. So when 2 to 8 will be divided by 10, you will realize that 8 is going to be stored in the last digit, and in the sum already it was 6 was stored. Now 6 plus 8 will happen. So 6 plus 8, whatever it is going to give, then so 14 it's going to give. Then again after dividing again 2 to 8 by 10, you will realize that 2 is left. So 2 is greater than 0. So when it is going to be greater than 0, it is going to enter inside the loop. And here also the same operations would be performed. Here you will realize that 2 will be taken out from here after performing the modulo operation, and again it is going to be added. In this way the whole process takes place, and therefore you get this, the sum of the digit. So I have tried 100% to clear up the things from the for loop. I'll suggest you one thing, that you try run the thing. I'm repeating it again. You try run the things. Things will become crystal and clear. So, and now I should explain you from the while loop. Whatever you feel better, you can go for it. For loop, while loop. We are performing while loop. The condition is that I should be greater than 0. And we have to declare first what is I. In the while loop we have to declare it outside, and I equals to n. Okay, now here the same operation would be performed. The operation is that I will be modulo by int last digit equals to I modulo 10, sum equals to sum equals to plus last digit equals to sum plus last digit. And then here we have to, in order to change the value of n, the given terminator should be I equals to I by 10. Now let's run the code. Sum. Let's run the code. Enter the number. We enter 256. The sum of the given number is 2. How is this possible? Int last digit equals to I modulo 10. Sum equals to sum plus last digit. We are going to terminate it by the case. Let's run the code again. Enter the number 2286. 18, 8 to 10 at see what the mistake it was there earlier. What the mistake was there, I have used this operator in the wrong manner. First of all, sum this is equals to, let me explain further. Sum equals to sum plus last digit. So while loop is also like this, that we are providing the condition. I have explained you earlier that why we are giving I is greater than 0, and how we are storing it in a variable last digit, and how this whole sum takes place, how the given condition terminator is applied, so that if this, if you would have missed this line, you then what would have happened, that if you have missed this line, what would have happened, that you haven't applied any terminator. So in every case, this given condition is going to be correct. So in order to make it reduce it, the applied terminator, this is responsible for leading you not to the infinite loop and giving you the correct answer. So this was all for today, and I hope I would have been able to clear you up the things. And let me repeat you the same thing at the last also, that as I am also a student, and what I feel, that the biggest mistake which we do is that we do not dry run the code. And when we do not dry run the code, the things are getting mucked up, messed up. So I'll suggest you that always dry run the code. You just dry run for the small number. If you want to dry run for the small number, do it for the small number only, but do the things by yourself. So this was all for today. Thank you very much, and keep learning, keep shining. All power is within you.